can be so cruel, but I'm happy just to share it with you. May all of our dreams come true.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? It's your boy, one physical therapist assistant. Oh man, hope everybody's all right. It is Friday, y'all. Friday. I gotta make a stop. You know, I think I might hit tropical smoothie today. I'm feeling like a mango magic. What about y'all? Y'all feeling like a smoothie? I feel like a smoothie. Oh man, interesting day, y'all. Very, very interesting, informational day. Okay? Hey, yo. Didn't I tell y'all that I hate to see 90-year-olds worry about the future? I hate to see 90-year-olds worry about the future. And I had a 90-something-year-old worrying about the future today. Okay? Now, let me break it down. This poor, no, I'm not gonna say poor. This nice little, beautiful little lady in her early 90s. She grew up during World War II. She was in that part of the world. She heard missiles flying over her house. She had to go to school with the gas mask. She didn't have to wear the gas mask, but she had to take the gas mask to school. She tells me these stories. And she says she's like, one day she forgot her gas mask from home. They didn't need it, but you had to bring it just in case. So one day she forgot the gas mask, right? And they had to send her home. Like, you can't be in school without your gas mask. This was during World War II. She said that the missiles were flying over her head. She could hear them, the whistlers. Like, it's like you hear the missiles that whistle, like, and then they hit. She said, imagine being in your house and hearing that in your house, and you have no idea where that whistle is going to stop. And wherever that whistle stops, destruction. You feel me? So imagine being in your house and hearing that. Me personally, I live not too far from Dover Air Force Base. So I hear the planes at my crib where I'm at, close to Dover. I hear the planes going off because it's a military Air Force base. So we hear planes all the time. And I actually get a little nervous when I hear that, because you can hear them. I'm just close. Like they those some big planes, like those cargo planes. I don't know what you call them, but those planes are big. And when you hear them flying over your house, like, you can hear it. It's loud. And I actually get a little nervous when I hear that. And that's just a plane. I know that plane is flying to a destination. Imagine hearing a whistling missile. A missile whistling. And you like, I don't know if it's gonna hit. I gotta brace myself if it hits my house or close to my house. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. But anyway, this young lady, she actually is in fear of World War III. Oh man, I don't want to fear monger on this channel, but I do like to talk about the stories that they tell me. I'm sorry, I'm looking up directions, my bad. I'm looking up tropical smoothie directions. But because 90-year-olds, older people don't believe people listen to them. So she said, I really don't think nobody is like listening to me, but I tell a lot of people. And, you know, a lot of people I guess they just figure, you know, she's 90, she's just talking or whatever. But she says, I'm serious about this. I talked to the young people about this. She said, I can just tell that something is coming. And I've lived through World War II. So I've seen some of the things that happen in the world. I've seen these moving parts happen before. I'm trying to understand where she's coming from. And she said, you just see it, the separation of the powers, and powers becoming greedy and wanting to, not support each other, and them having little rifts and little spats and things like that. Y'all see the craziness going on. But she said, I've seen this all play out before. And she says, I have a feeling that World War III is coming. I'm just sitting there just listening. And I'm like, Okay, man, just keep on talking. I'm learning what you're telling me. So she says, I know nobody's listening to me because I'm in my 90s. I know, I get it, but I really think something is coming. So that was an interesting conversation. But this video today is literally about history. That was like a little part of history where she was telling me about her history. But this video is about another part of history, okay? Now, I'm in what's called Lower Slower Delaware. Now, if you don't know what that means, let me break it down to you. There's a southern part of Delaware, okay? I don't know the whole history, but this part of Delaware had a lot to do with the later parts of segregation, meaning the slave trade and slavery and segregation, all of that stuff that ended in our country. All of that stuff that ended, it had to come to an end at some point. Well, Delaware, from what I understand, I don't know the whole history, Delaware was one of the last states to end some of this stuff, some of the segregation, some of the racism, some of the, and I'm not saying that everything is ended, but by law, Delaware was one of the last states to end everything. So Delaware got the name Lower Slower because they were slow to catch up to the rest of society. Feel what I'm saying? Well, lo and behold, I met somebody that gave me a little bit more history on that matter today. Nice lady, maybe 80s, early 80s. Nice lady, African American woman. She was filling me in on some of the schools in the area. Now, I myself graduated from community college. I think I said that before. The community college that I went to is called Delaware Technical Community College. I went to school free and clear as a grown man in my 30s. Just wanted to go back to school to learn physical therapy as an associate's degree, that program. It was supposed to be a 2-year course. I took 3.5 years because I was working and I was, wasn't going full time. But I didn't have to pay 1 red cent to go to community college to become a physical therapist assistant. 1 red cent. I was getting funding from the government and, Pell Grants and financial aid, and I have no idea why they gave it to me because I was working full time at the time. But they gave it to me, and I didn't argue about it. I didn't say, no, I don't want your financial aid. I can pay for this myself. I didn't say that. I said, sure, why not? But anyway, this school, Delaware Technical Community College, located in Georgetown, Delaware, is a really, really nice community college. You can look it up. Del Tech Community College, Georgetown, Delaware. Has a really good track record, really good history. The facility is nice. The facilities are nice. Had a really nice basketball court. I used to play ball after class. Really nice gym. We didn't have a swimming pool. Wish we would have. We didn't have a swimming pool. I love swimming. But all the classes, the professors, everybody was nice. School store, I don't know much about the sports teams. I didn't follow it. I went there, I just boom, 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 class, and I'm gone. But everything was very, very nice. It's got a good reputation. So fast forward, it's about, how many years later is it right now? 15 years later from when I was in school, I just thought about it as a really, really nice school. Really, really nice school that was built as a nice school that originated as a nice community college for the community. Okay? Well, lo and behold, my patient who's been around, she's been around Delaware, Lower Slower Delaware all her life. She knows her history. She informed me that this community college that I went to, that I praise a lot, that I, shout out and give a lot of credit for helping me be the first person in my family to graduate college. This community college used to be an all-black high school. Did you just hear me? An all-black high school, a segregated high school in that part of Delaware, Lower Slower. Stay with me. Now, she tells me that the high school actually was a really good school for black kids back in the day. The name of that high school, I wrote it down, William C. Johnson High. William C. Jason High. I'm gonna have to look it up. I just wrote it down because she told me the name. She said it has a really good reputation, and she said it was in a really good location. And she said that all blacks built the school. All blacks built the school, and it was an all-black school. They had an all-black principal, and the whole faculty, everybody was African American, right? Well, she said because it started having a good reputation and it was in a nice prime area in Georgetown, there start to be rumblings about other people wanting the school, wanting to use the school and turn it into a community college, wanting to, take the school over and use it and build up the school, build up the area around it, and not have it be a segregated black school anymore. So I'm listening. We doing exercises in the room. I'm like this now. Tell me more. But we still working. We still doing some exercises. She was real cool. Church going lady, real nice. She told me she liked talking to me. But she told me that lo and behold, they got what they wanted. They was able to, I don't know, buy him out. I don't know, force him out. I have no idea how the transaction went down. But it's no longer a black high school. It is now the community college. And she said a lot of people don't know the history of that school. I definitely didn't know the history. Nobody's ever told me that. And I went to the school 15 years ago. But she started filling me in on some other issues, some other things in that community. She said that there were a few black high schools in some of the small towns. She's in a town called, I think, Roxana, Delaware. I've never heard. Delaware has some small 5-minute towns. You know what a 5-minute town is? That is a town you get to, and if you drive for 5 minutes, you're out of that town. Maybe not even 5 minutes. You drive for like 3 or 4 minutes, and you are in the next little town. She said her town was called Roxana. Never heard of it, never seen it. I might have drove through it, I don't know. But she said it was a black community, and they had a few little black schools. She said picture a log cabin, picture a cabin or a shed or a shack. They were the black schools. She said you couldn't even have a whole elementary, like you couldn't have kindergarten through 5th grade in these little schools. You might have only been able to have 2nd grade or 2nd and 3rd grade or 3rd grade. She said that's how small the black schools were. And she said since then all of them have been, turned into other schools. I think she said one of them was called Frankfurt. It's been turned into a school called Frankfurt Middle School. She said, she was naming schools that are schools now that were all black schools. I am sitting here just soaking up so much history. No idea. She proceeds to tell me that the beaches, I'm going to talk to y'all about the beaches in Delaware. You got Rehoboth Beach, Bethany Beach, Dewey Beach, Lewis, then you got Ocean City. She said those beaches, and I think I had heard a little bit about this. They were segregated also. Black people couldn't go to these beaches. She said black people for Rehoboth Beach had one day of the week, one day in the summertime that they could go to the beach. Every other day you couldn't go to the beach. I had a 100-year-old maybe a year or two ago, 101-year-old black woman, beautiful lady, 101. She the one that told me about Ocean City. I didn't know that Ocean City was segregated. She said, and she lives close to Ocean City at 101, and I asked her, I said, do you sometimes go to this is just a random question. Since she told me she lived close to the beaches, I said, do you sometimes just go down to the beach, sit and people watch, or, get some ice cream or chill? Do your family ever take you down there? She was like, I will never go to that beach. Like, she said it strong, like, I will never go to that beach. And I asked, I said, why not? What's wrong with the beach? She said, well, there was a time when I couldn't go to that beach. Now, some people might have, different views on that, Some people might say, I'm gonna go to the beach every day, since I couldn't go to the beach when I was younger. But she says she never wants to go to that beach ever in her life. I assume, I haven't seen her in a few years. I would imagine she's now passed away. But she said she would never go to that beach because she can remember a time where she was not allowed to go to that beach. I didn't know this. Did y'all know this? I mean, I knew about segregation, but I didn't know it was like this, where schools got, torn down and remade, and beaches, there was only one day of the week where black people could go to the beach. I had no idea. So this lady was sharing with me some real deep history that I had no idea about. I know, when I moved to Delaware, I heard a couple people say it was called slower Delaware, and I thought it was just because it was not crowded, there was not a lot of traffic, and we slowed to get some of the stores and restaurants and things that everybody else got. But no, they said it has a lot to do with the end of segregation and slavery. Delaware was one of the last places to do away with a lot of those crazy policies and racist traditions. Now, why am I telling you this story? Why? What the heck? Why? Because this story interested me. I was curious to learn about the history. I love learning about history. And it's nothing like learning about history from history itself. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you can learn about history from a book. You can learn about history from a 35-year-old history teacher. But when you got 81-year-old history teaching you about history, when you got 95-year-old history teaching you about missiles whizzing through the air and them wondering if it's going to hit their house when they're like 8 years old, when you got history telling you that history, I don't know, something about it really interests me. Really interests me. But yeah, I had no idea about the schools in Delaware. I had no idea the school I went to was once a all-black school, and it got torn down, and the school that I attended was built up. Now, are there still some issues with race and racism? Of course there is. It's ingrained in the foundation of America. So it's going to be very hard to eradicate it all. And a lot of people always say that the last few racists are, let's just say, they ain't gonna be here much longer. But best believe they passed it down to a lot of their offspring. So we have made a lot of progress. You gotta credit that, and we got a long way to go. But I think it's important that you learn about the history. I think it's important. I don't know. Let me know. How do you feel about that? Do you think it's important to learn about the history? Or do you think it should just be swept under the rug? Because the stuff she told me, hey, it was swept under my rug. I did not know about nobody ever. When I got the orientation at Del Tech Community College, I didn't hear nothing about no daggone all-black school. Nothing. So I don't think history should be swept under the rug, especially bad history that makes a particular, country or government or organization look bad. Nah, man, I think that's how you learn from your history. I think personally that's how you learn from your history, and don't repeat the same mistakes. Going back to the 90-something-year-old with the World War III theories. History typically does repeat itself. But if you learn from your history, like some of these, people in power need to do, they should be doing everything they can to prevent another freaking world war. Dang, y'all see how I brought that all back around? That's what's up. I didn't even know that was going to be the the goal of this video. But that's the goal. That was the goal. Learn from your history, or you're doomed to repeat it. You feel me? Whew. But anyway, y'all, it's your boy, One Physical Therapist Assistant. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know what's up. Make sure you respect your elders, man. Make sure you respect your elders. And as I did today and will continue to do, make sure you learn from them, learn from them, learn from them, yo. Whew, man. But yeah, y'all, I appreciate y'all for stopping through. Make sure you help somebody out. As always, help somebody. Be good human beings, yo. That's how we do better, man. That is literally how we do better. We be good human beings, man. No? All right, I will holler at y'all in the next video.
Well, this lonely world can be so cruel, but I'm happy just to share it with you. May all of our dreams come true, for I'm honored to be there for you. Hey, we've been in and out of dream worlds, searching for the light. Though many far before us, escaping troubles in their mind. Well, this lonely world can be so